All right, team. So thank you all for jumping on. So today, our class is going to be specifically on creating and running Facebook ads inside of Command. So quick question, Trish, is really tailored towards you. Have you done it before? Have you done an ad on Facebook yet?
No.
Not yet. Okay. So
no, I sat in one of your classes at Kane, but I never actually was able to go in and do anything with it. So I'm ready.
I must have not done a good job then.
No, you did, but we just didn't. Trust me, you did.
All right, good. All right, well, let me just ask the two of you. Obviously, the topic of class says it all, but is there anything in particular that you hope to get out of it besides just how to do it in Command? Like, what are you hoping to really learn today beyond the how-to?
I'd like to say something if I could. Yeah, I want to. The difficulty I'm having with Facebook is that I have not had a Facebook page, and that was by design, and that was for a reason. So I want to be able to still. I want to have it much less personal and really develop this toward business, And so that's really what obviously I need to know how to create a Facebook ad. I've not done that before, but so what I want to know is how to make this a lot more purposeful toward the business and not so personal and emotional and stuff like that,
Okay. So I'm really hearing I'm Jeffrey, tell me if I'm right here, but I'm hearing two things really. I'm hearing, yes, let's do Facebook ads, but I'm also hearing you just how to have an account in general to build a reputation, a brand on.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right. Because I don't have a really well-developed personal page at all.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Jerry, we can hear you now. We can see you.
Good. Thank you.
Awesome. Is there anything for you, Jerry or Maria, that just jumped on that you guys want to get out of this class beyond just the how to set it up? Trish?
Yep, that would be great.
Okay, we'll definitely hit on that. All right. Trish, you have anything you want me to hit on specifically? And Jerry, go ahead and unmute when you're not talking, so that because there's some background noise I'm getting.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
All right.
No, Jordas, nothing from me. Just gonna hopefully get more tidbits out of it so I can start using them.
Okay, cool. Jerry, you're good. I muted you already, Jerry. So background noise is gone. We're good. All right, team. So let me do a screen share. Well, actually, before I do that, let's talk about Jeffrey's comment real quick too, around like just kind of the personal. So here's the thing, Jeffrey. So I remember too, when I started real estate, I didn't have a Facebook for like about 5 years before that. I went without Facebook. And then when I knew I was getting into this industry, I knew I had to do, I had to have something because I knew, it seemed like every agent posted on social media and that's the way that they found business. So I slowly kind of started getting back into it. As a high level, I think the biggest thing with Facebook and Jeffrey, I don't know what your reasons were for it, but for me, it was consuming me. You've got to be very cautious of putting value out there. You want to put the value out there, but you don't want to be the one consuming all the junk and getting stuck in that, because a lot of times agents wake up, and this is not just agents, just people in general, they wake up and they get on Facebook and they start scrolling, and before you know it's an hour in, 2 hours in, 3 hours in, and they're still on Facebook. So I think you just got to make sure you don't fall to that level. The science now behind it, right, of personal business, how do we leverage it for both? I'm not going to say that I'm the pro at this and I have all the examples to show you, and yet I've been to enough trainings to see and know exactly what it is that the agents that are having success with it and what they actually do. And kind of the rule of thumb I see is really 3 out of 4. So if you were to look at 4 postings you do, 3 of the 4 should be personal related and 1 business related. Generally speaking, when you start posting a lot of real estate content on your personal page, you don't get as much engagement. And it's funny because I have a 9-year-old daughter. I'm soon about to have a newborn, and I'm probably going to experience the same thing with the newborn. Every time I posted my daughter, Trish, you were included, you guys used to comment like crazy on that stuff. Like, comment, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And all of a sudden I could post a video with my daughter and it got 1,000 views. Yet when I go post a real estate video, 0 likes, 0 comments, very minimal views. I'm like, what the heck? So I went back to posting my daughter and eventually even incorporating my daughter into some of the real estate content, just as a reminder, hey, I'm in real estate. So here's the thing, your personal pages are about you building your personal brand. Yes, you want to be a professional on there. I always stay away from politics. I stay away from religion. Yet when I look at your page, what I would ask myself is, how do I want to be identified? Like, how do I want people to think of me? So for me, I want them to think of me as a father, as a coach, and as and at the time I was posting a lot of car content too, as a car lover. Like, hey, yeah, Jordas loves cars, boats, and he loves his daughter. That's all he posts about. So like, what are the three things you can constantly post about that you're very passionate about? So like, Jerry, you're at the market on Wednesdays, you're making boards, you're making knives. Like, show us that stuff. Show us you working on it. Show us some of the engravings of things you've done. Brand yourself in the things you love to do. And then, yeah, you're going to sprinkle in a little bit of real estate along the way. Now, that's your personal page. Your business page, which, Jeffrey, you do need to have a personal page in order to create a business page. I don't think you can do one without the other, unless I haven't learned something new about Facebook. Once you have your personal page, you're going to go ahead and create your business page. This is the one that's, hey, it's Trish, realtor, Jerry, realtor, right? And on that one, it's pretty much 100% real estate. Yet I've actually even learned to incorporate a little personal into the business page. Not a lot, very little. And a good example of it would have been like Mother's Day. Traditionally speaking, I would have posted in my business page something related to Happy Mother's Day with my branding and nice little flowery things, something Mother's Day related. How I would have made it personal would have been like if I was out with my family doing something with the moms in my world, then I would have posted that with it as well. That's the little bit of personal that I would have brought into my business page, but not a ton. Now I'm pulling it back and we're back to property tours, open houses, news in the media, market stat updates. Hey, upcoming events here next week. Hey, it's hump day, right? Now it's a little bit more business related. So when it comes to ads, the ads are going to come off of your business page. So if you don't already have a business page, you can't run ads right now. So something I want you guys to keep in mind. And as we think about a business page, I'm gonna start screen sharing here. And listen, guys, I'm only using mine because it's mine and I have access to it. I didn't pick out a bunch of accounts to analyze of other agents. But if you have one you want me to analyze, I will. So let's just simply start by looking at what your business page is. So in Facebook, once you have it set up, so like mine is this one. Mine was the Pro Scout group at Keller Williams Realty Naples. And this I started back in 2017 or 16, whenever it was that I started selling real estate. And over the years, it was just a place for me to post nothing but real estate related content. And all the ads that I run off of this page. So people see who's the ad by, it's going to be by the Pro Scout group at Keller Williams Realty. When you go to create your page, what I encourage you to do if you don't already have one, or if you do and you need to update, make sure make sure it's a professional picture. First off, always have a nice headshot up there. Be very clear, obviously, what you do. Like, this is very clear. This is a real estate page. Up in my banner, I included my branding and nice picture of an aerial, and then buying or selling real estate, call this number. And this is not going to be the best example as far as consistency in marketing, because I've been in leadership for almost 2 years now, so I've been focused on that. So I haven't really been posting on here, so don't judge me on that. But what I want you to see is that as I scroll through here, this is actually Red Day from last year. As you start to scroll through my page, it's pretty much always going to be real estate related content, because this is the business page. So anything you find in here is, for the most part, going to be real estate related, maybe a little bit of personal sprinkled into it. So just make sure when you set up your page, everything's up to date, proper address, proper phone numbers, proper emails, websites, all of that, because that's like your storefront is the way I look at it. Your ads will drive people to it. So you want to make sure it's fully done up. Any questions on that before I really start now getting into the command side of things and going into creating an ad? No? Okay. I just see Trish's head moving because I can only see one person right now. Are we good? Jeffrey, any questions? Jerry, any questions on that? Good. You can just throw a thumbs up and I can see you guys change my view. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the command side. You guys can see my home screen. Just give me a thumbs up. You can see my command home screen. All right, perfect. All right, now, if you're gonna do an ad, well, let's just go right into it of how you get to that screen. Actually, before I even get there, let's do this because Jeffrey, you might not have this set up, or Jerry. First thing we want to do is we want to make sure we actually have your Facebook connected to command. So the way to do that is to click this little drop down menu at the top where your name is, and you're going to go into settings. You're going to go into settings, and then in there you'll see your Facebook link won't be all the way at the top. It'll be somewhere, you'll have to scroll down a little bit. But what you're looking for is this tab right here that says Facebook Ads Manager. If it's properly connected, you'll see your name there, and you'll see one connected account, and you'll see manage. If it's not connected, it's going to say not connected, I think is what it is. And then it's going to say setup or something like that, or connect more. It might say, actually, no, it'll say this. It'll say connect. It'll say not connected. Then it says connect account. When you connect the account, I can't obviously do it on mine right because I'm already connected, but what will happen is you'll get a little pop-up window that's asking you to log into your Facebook account. So you'll need your Facebook login information. You'll pop it in there, and then from there, it'll show what pages you're an admin for. When you create your own business page, you're obviously, because you're the creator of it, you're going to be the admin for it. So you have the authorization to make changes to it and to allow command to connect to it. So all you're going to have to do is once you hit connect is put in your Facebook user ID, your password, and hit connect. And then eventually once it goes through, it'll look just like what you see here on mine. It'll show your name there, and it'll show that you have one account connected. Without this, you cannot create a Facebook ad. So make sure you do that step first. All right, once that's done and out of the way, and I'm gonna just keep flowing through, guys, but as the question comes up, just unmute yourself or wave your hand, and that way I know you're about to say something. So we've now connected the Facebook account. The next step of the process to go to campaigns. So in your applet sections here on the left-hand side, you'll see this little loudspeaker, I think is what it is. It's campaigns. So you're gonna click on that. And then in there, it's going to default to your dashboard. What we're doing right now is we're going to go to paid ads right here. My mouse is going to hover it. We're going to go to paid ads, but I just want to really quickly hit on what these other options here are so that in the future, if you want to utilize them, you know they're there. The first one is, the next one, emails, email campaigns. So if you were wanting to say, like, for example, create a monthly newsletter that has all the market stats, local events happening, celebrating Mother's Day, just a letter of information, you would send it through a campaign here in email campaigns. The reason you would do that, I'm actually going to click in there so you can see it. I'm just going to take one of my old ones as an example. So look at this. So I went to email campaign. Here's a Mother's Day giveaway that I sent out. What's neat is that I can see data. So when I click on it, I'm going to click on this campaign I sent out. I can see how many people I sent it to, how many were delivered, how many opened it, how many actually clicked on the link, how many unsubscribed. That's good. Nobody unsubscribed out of these people. How many didn't send? Maybe there was an issue that some of them didn't go out, and how many have not been opened. So I got a lot of people that are not opening their emails, clearly. That data, for you to know what's happening in your database, is only available if you go to campaigns and then you go to emails. In a separate call like this, I'll show you how to go ahead and create a campaign specifically to emails, but that's there. The next one that's there for you is direct mail. So imagine you, and this, well, I don't want to say imagine, if you're somebody whose leads come from farming a neighborhood, sending out letters, this would be beneficial to you because you can actually create a campaign in here. And let's say, for example, you have a postcard that you had designed for you, or you did it. You can actually mail postcards out through here. What'll happen is you'll put an address like 123 Main Street, and you'll have it, you'll select how many houses around that address you want that mail to go to, and the system, and then you'll upload, of course, your design, your postcard design, and the system will send it out for you. So that's available to you through direct mail. So let's go back now to the focus of today, which is ads. So for ads, just a reminder, you got to hit campaigns on the left. it'll take you to the dashboard. Then you'll need to click here, paid ads. So we're going to click on paid ads. This little warning bar that you see here, do not worry about that. That'll go away eventually. The beautiful thing with what Command's doing is that you'll actually now, well, eventually, when they get the fully running, you'll be able to actually run Google word search ads as well. So right now we're just focused on Facebook ads, but you're going to be able to do Google search ads as well. And what's neat is they're actually incorporating artificial intelligence here into, and because you're going to now be able to create ads on Instagram, on TikTok, and you'll have help in creating those ads. So they're putting a ton of work into Command to enhance it. I don't tell you all that to scare you, like, oh my God, there's more changes coming. I'm telling you to get you excited and to think about this. A lot of people tend to say, oh, well, I'll wait till like all the updates are done and then I'll start to use it. Like, no, you want to start using Command and whatever features help you in your business today, because Command's always going to be evolving and getting better. And if you wait to learn it, you'll never pick up on it. It's just too many features that it's going to have. So jump in there. So right now on my screen, what you can see are some of the old ads that I've done. I may reference them from time to time, but let's just look at this one here. For example, you see I'm hovering over the third one down that says new construction. It says new homes coming soon. This is an ad that's completed. I did this a little bit ago. And so look at this ad as an example. So on this ad, I ran it for 5 days. So you can see here, it ran from October 18th to October 23rd. It ran for 5 days. How many impressions did that ad make? It made 260 impressions on Facebook. How many people clicked on the ad? 20 people clicked on it. And then how many people truly gave me their full contact information? 4 of them did. So then I would be able to click on here. Now this is really old, so I don't even know if it's going to take me anywhere. Okay, it does. So these are the 4 people in that particular ad that I ran that clicked on it. And then you can then click on your leads. So example, if I wanted to go to Kathy, I can click on Kathy and then go to her contact card in Command. Because when the ad, when the ad goes out and they hit click more or learn more, whatever we end up deciding to do for your ad, they're putting in phone numbers and emails. That information automatically gets dropped into Command for you. So now she's a contact in my Command. I'm going to go backwards now. Let me get rid of that. And let's go back to the previous screen. The key here, what I want to show you on the dashboard here is that this is where you can see the results of your campaign. And what you'll see is that each campaign has a different outcome. I mean, if you were to look at how much I spent versus how many leads came in, it's all over the board. This one cost me $2.40 a lead. This one cost me $2.46 a lead. This one got me 9 leads and it only cost me $1.11 a lead. Here's what I'm going to tell you with Facebook ads. And really this is with any online lead source. And hear me when I say this. There's generally a very low conversion. I've heard people that track it, it's a 1% conversion. If you got 100 leads, you're going to close 1 of them. Now, the thing is, at these price points, 100 leads is still going to be very inexpensive. And if I close 1 deal out of 100 leads, hey, I'm getting a good return on my money. The point is this, this is why I say this to you. I've seen, and not in this group, I haven't seen it, but I remember like when I was new, I'd see an agent get a lead from whatever source. Maybe they went to an open house and somebody came into their open house, and then they sit there and it's like, they hold on to this open house lead like oh my God, it's their baby. Like I got a baby this lead. That's like only thing in my world that matters. I'm like, it's 1 lead. You're gonna need a lot more leads than 1 lead in this industry. You got to fill your pipeline. So what I say all this because here's the way I want you to look at these Facebook as Facebook ads. Your first priority in lead generation should always be your sphere of influence, the people that you know that love you and trust you. That should be your #1 source. There's tons of, and here's the thing, when you build a relationship-based business that is reliant on you providing a good experience and them giving you referrals, you're going to last longer. Now, I'm not saying a transaction-based business doesn't work either. I mean, there's agents that are very transactional. They close a deal and they never talk to that person again. They just go find a bunch of new people every year to serve. Man, that sounds tiring to me. So remember that your first priority is your sphere of influence. And then once you have that built, how do you add more people to your sphere of influence? Well, you go to places such as open houses and you meet new people there. You go to community events. You go to farmers markets, right? You engage in different activities that put you in front of new people that can soon then be your sphere of influence. I look at Facebook the same way. Facebook ads for me, it does a couple of things. If it's a listing I'm promoting, obviously it's going to promote that listing and I can show the seller, hey, we're promoting this listing. I can promote my brand. Hey, Jordas Reyes. Wow, Jordas Reyes seems to always pop up on my feed. Does a lot of ads. He must be very busy. And then the other part is new connections, new contacts that we can market to. When I look at 20 new leads here on this ad, man, that's 20 new people I'm marketing to every single month. Because here's the thing, I'm not calling these people every single day or every single week. I call these leads, obviously when the lead comes in, I call them, generally speaking, you want to call them at least every day for the first 3 days. But then from there, there's a lot of combination of calls, text messages, and emails that are going to be occurring. And even if I have a bad number or they call, or they do answer and they say, hey, you know what, I'm not really interested. I was just clicking, you get a ton of that. I'm like, hey, no worries. Can I keep you in my system? And that way you can be a part of our monthly newsletter that we send out every single month. Maybe in the future, if you do have a real estate need, we can be of service to you. And then I keep them in the database because, hey, that's an email that I can consistently market to every single month. It takes 100 of them to get one. So I want to get to 100 as quick as possible, then 200 and 300. And here's the reality, though, just to show you the flip side of it. I know an agent, Jerry, you know him, William, at our Marco Island office, who is heavy on online leads. He uses a different platform. He's using one of the bigger vendors out there. So it's a little bit more expensive. And yet the point is he converts them. Because here's the name of the game, is speed to lead. With any of these Facebook leads that are going to start coming in for you, if the lead comes in and you're not calling them till a week later, you're going to have a tough time converting any of these. You got to get to the lead the moment it comes in. So I'll show you in a little while here how you know a lead came in. What I will preface this with right now before I forget is if you don't have the Command mobile app on your phone, you're going to fall behind. You're going to want to have the Command mobile app on your phone. That way, if you're out and about, you're on a call with me, your phone might be next to you and it'll blink. You've been alerted that you have a new lead. That way you can jump in there right away and call that lead. So let's do this. Any questions before I keep rolling? Good still? Everybody with me? All right, cool. Let's do this. What we're going to do next is we're going to actually now start to create an ad. Now, do either of you have a listing that I can utilize just as an example for creating this ad? Jared, you want to use your house, your condo?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 9283.
All right, 1 second. 9283.
Museo, M-U-S-E-O.
I got it, 204.
You got it.
All right, so I'm going to use Jerry's listing as our catalyst today for creating this ad. So let's go back to paid ads. And let's, Jerry, I'm going to mute you real quick here. We're getting some noise. I got you. You're muted. All right, I'm going to go ahead, hit create ad. I'm moving some stuff on my screen so I can actually see my whole screen. I'm working on a small screen today. All right, so we hit create ad at the top right. Now it's asking us what type of ad we're going to be creating. Well, we're going to be doing a social ad. This is a social paid ad. So we're going to click that. And now we have to name this ad. What I simply like to do is I'm going to take Jerry's address and I'm going to name it that. And then this is a listing. That's it. And I'm going to put test at the end just so I know that, hey, this is just a test I'm doing. And what is your goal with this ad? Well, my goal here is to advertise a listing. And here's the thing, these goals, it's more for you so that you know, hey, what kind of ad, like once you start getting a series of ads, you can see the different ads you were running or figure out a way to separate what the goal was. And hey, some was to advertise a listing, maybe some was to promote an event, etc. So you click what is your goal, and then where will you be running the ad? Well, we're going to be running it on Facebook. Now notice you see the other options here. If you do connect these accounts, you can also run ads on Twitter and Instagram. Today we're going to focus on Facebook. Eventually here you'll see TikTok eventually on here. So we clicked on Facebook, and now we're going to create campaign. It's going to bring us to a window here for us to pick the listing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here on show all listings. And I'm just going to pop in Jerry's address here, hit search, and there's his listing right there. Shows even that he's the listing agent. Notice here that I can see other listings too. Don't promote another agent's listing unless you have permission. So I'm a KW agent. If I wanted to even promote Jerry's listing, I need to ask Jerry for permission. Jerry, can I do some advertising on your listing, get yourself more exposure, and hopefully find some leads for me? Most agents will say yes. Why? Because now Jerry's listings is on a bunch of other people's Facebook feed popping up, and hopefully has a chance of being in front of somebody who might be interested. So I'm going to select Jerry's listing and hit select. Now you'll notice on the right hand side, and I'm going to leave it, you can see a preview here. It says Facebook preview. This is what it would look like on a web, on a computer, and then you can toggle to see what it would look like on a phone for mobile. We're going to leave it on the web feed right now so we can get a bigger picture of what's happening. It automatically pulled some information from Jerry's listing just from his description, but don't always just automatically go with what it pulls. We need to come up with a description. So what you'll notice here is on the left hand side, we have a series of phases that we need to go through. Right now we've picked the listing. Now we're going to focus on our text for this listing, like what the ad's going to say. And then we'll focus on media, meaning what picture shows up. When I get there, I'll elaborate more. We'll go through some Facebook settings. We'll set up how the leads are going to work, and then we'll set up your budget and how long you want to run it for. So those are the phases that we need to complete. And notice there's these little check boxes. Until you have all green check boxes, your ad's not ready to go. For any reason, if you needed it to stop right now because you got a lead and you got to go call that lead and you can't finish your ad right now, you can hit save draft up here. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit save draft. It says, are you sure you want to save the draft as campaign or campaign as draft? I'm gonna hit yes. What it's going to do is allow me to go do what it is I need to go do. I got busy, but I can always come back here, hit campaigns, go to paid ads, and there's my draft of Jerry's listing that we're about to promote. So I'm going to go ahead and get back in there. I do that by clicking these little dots to the far right and hit edit campaign. And it just takes us right back to where we were at before. So right now, the next stage is we got to work on the text side of this. Now, I'm going to stop here for a second. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro at telling you, hey, if you say this and this in the ad, man, you're going to get some crazy amount of results. It is a trial and error. So I hope you weren't looking for like the magic button that says, hey, if I put this wording into my ad, I'm going to get a bunch of leads. It's a science. And I'm not a scientist. And yet I've experimented a lot with different ads to see what works. Here's what I want you to keep in mind as you figure out the text of the ad. People, what are they, unmute for a second, help me through this thought. Like, what are people doing when they're scrolling on Facebook? What's happening? Think about, maybe I'm at the doctor's in the waiting room. What am I doing on Facebook when I'm scrolling? What would stop me from scrolling?
Emojis.
Say it again, emojis?
Emojis.
Love that. What else? I'm scrolling. What's going to get me to stop?
Picture,
Picture or video, yeah.
Okay, but what kind of picture and video?
something exciting, interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Something
what
that
else?
gets your attention, yeah.
All right, so an emoji caught my attention. A nice, beautiful picture caught my attention. What else?
when I'm scrolling, I'm looking for something at all to break that boring moment right there. It's something of, oh, hey, let me follow that for a minute, you know? So you want something that jumps out, either, I'm looking for a quick answer or something as I'm scrolling, either a quick news article or
Yeah.
something quick. So maybe the words would jump out, or a good
Ooh.
picture or good color or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Gonna
like
say the
that.
words, especially the headline.
I
Yeah.
love the
There you go.
words. Words
What about
matter.
what about a beautiful photo of the view with the water and the trees?
Yes. Yes, so to the point of pictures, guys, it's what, so in this case of this listing, we're gonna take a look at it. And Jerry, I'm gonna ask you some questions in a little while here to help me, and yet I may not actually help you. I may not ask you for help, just so I can see what I can come up with on my own, and then you guys tell me if it's good, or decent enough to try an ad. Here's what I will say is, when I create an ad, when I set my budget, I start really low first. I'll do like a $10 to $20 ad first, see how that ad did. If it got me a couple of leads, I'm like, okay, it wasn't horrible. What can I do if I want to run this ad again and make it better? And maybe I won't run an ad for an entire week. I might just do it 3 or 4 days with a small budget and see how it performed. From there, make some tweaks, and maybe set a bigger budget to get additional exposure. But write that down and make sure you guys get it. Hey, use emojis, use the best picture that attracts them to that property to get them to stop. Use an amazing headline. Use some type of call to action in your headline. That you guys ever hear the term FOMO, fear of missing out?
Yep.
How can you create FOMO around this particular listing? Right? I'll give you an example. I'm gonna hit save draft here. I don't think I made any changes, but let me just go back, and if I don't find it first thing, I'm gonna go back here because time is flying while I'm doing this. Let me see if I can go back. I want to show you guys something as an example. Well, even this one, like, I mean, this one got me 14 leads. Let's pull this one as an example. Pull that one. And then there's one other one I want to show you from a while ago here. One more. Maybe I don't have it anymore. And all your ads always stay there unless you delete them. That's why I'm going through just some older ads. I'm looking for one specifically for in a community. I'm going to show you some old ones as an example of what you could do. That way, the process of building it right now for Jerry's will go a little bit quicker because we got to make sure we stay on time as well. If I don't find it on this page, we'll just move on. All right, let me go back to page 1. Oh no, they are right there. No, I can see it right there. Let me show you this one. They're here. Let's duplicate that one. There we go. All right, what we're gonna do now, what I did is I found an old ad that I liked, and I hit the dotted lines, and I'm hitting duplicate campaign. What that's gonna do is bring it to the front on my page 1 as a draft of a campaign that now I can edit. So let's look at this one. Let's edit this campaign that I did a little while ago. So I'm going to use this as an example. So with Jerry's, we can go a little bit faster and I should fully fill one out. But so if you notice, remember I told you, you have to get green check boxes. So right now I have mostly green check boxes. I do have this to fill out. So let's look at it. So I named this new construction Ohio, and the reason I named it that is because I was promoting new constructions down here in Naples, but I was doing an ad in Ohio. So remember this, guys, the ads you do you don't have to pin Marco or Naples and hit 20-mile radius. Do the ads where people are moving from. So what I did in this particular ad is I found out where people are moving from, which can easily be done in Command by tracking referrals. And right here, the referrals, you can do it in there. And then I used that map to say, okay, well, people are coming from Ohio. I'm going to do a 50-mile radius of Cleveland, Ohio, I think is what I did. or one of those cities there. I just did a 50-mile radius so I can get the most, because I think 50 mile at the time was the max. We'll see right now what it is now. And then I ran the ad up there. So to Trish's point, check out the first part. So the first part of it was a lot of emojis. Do you love fishing, boating, golf, beaches, and having fun in the sun? Come down to Naples, Naples. Florida is the #1 moving destination, and we have great new construction communities like Azure waiting for you. And I took this line, Florida is the #1 moving destination, because if you guys remember about 2 years ago, there wasn't, I don't know if it's updated, but there was an article 2 years ago about us being the #1 moving destination. So there was an article related to that. So notice how it shows up on the web feed over here. That's what they're going to see. They see my business page. They see my headshot. Then what I did is, for my headline, I did click to see our new construction homes in Naples. Click to see our new construction homes in Naples. And then I didn't even have a description. I left it there. So this is what the ad looked like. And then instead of uploading, and I'll show you here, so we're done with the copy. Then for the media, since I wasn't promoting a listing, I didn't have pictures to select, I uploaded a video that I made. Now the video, I'll be able to play it here. You guys, let me show you something. Hold on. Let me share my sound as well. The video is simple. It's a video that I recorded for my database that was 6 minutes long. I condensed it down to 2 minutes. We won't watch the whole 2 minutes. Give you the idea. That was just me with a tripod, with my gimbal in Azure. This is me driving my Jeep. The shot that you see where the camera's on the ground on me. Highlighting some photos before me, the camera on the tripod. Actually, it wasn't the camera. So I'm in the cold right now. I see this, I see that lifestyle. I see #1 place to move. I see some new construction options. Let me see what the new construction options are. And they hit learn more. In a moment, I'm gonna talk to you about where learn more takes them. But that was the media that I uploaded. It was a video. So now we're off to the next part, which is your Facebook settings. Let me bring this down. So on the Facebook settings, the first thing we need to do is verify that your name here is on the account. And then it's going to ask you, it's going to ask you what page you want this ad to go on to. I only have one page. If I had multiple businesses, technically speaking, I could connect them, and yet I only have one real estate business page. So that should be the only one that's there, and you click on that. Sorry, I keep clicking that. Once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is determine the destination of where that learn more button is going to take them. So I like to use the recommended Facebook lead generation form. What it is basically Facebook takes all their information, and then on the learn and the button here, you can select between learn more, sign up, or apply now. I just leave it on learn more, and then I can put the web address that I want that learn more button to bring them to. The address, they can only go, when they hit learn more, the first thing is give me your information. The second thing is I give them this link. Now I'm going to show you where I took them on this particular ad, but it's wherever you want to take them, whatever web address you want to take them to. I don't even know let me see what pops up. Okay. Where this ad was taking them to was new construction. I think what I did at the time is I looked up all the new construction homes in the area. And then when you do a search on your website and you copy the web bar, it's live, meaning I can now, almost 2 years later, click on it again, and I'm still just seeing new construction homes in Naples. These are all the new construction homes in Naples. So what I did is I searched that on your KW website that you have. You then copy the bar, the search bar, And then that goes, go back to command, and then that is what went in here, the website URL of where I wanted them to go to. If you had a landing page that you created within command, you can also take them to a landing page. That's a whole separate class. But for right now, it's generally speaking, I take them to the property address. To the address of the property on my website is where I would take them. And they go there after they've given you their information. The next thing is the audience. Here's the thing, team. I keep it simple. The audience for me is the state. So in this example, it was custom audience. I can either target my database or target a custom audience. If I'm targeting my database, that means literally if you have your people in command, it'll do ads to them through Facebook. That's what target my database is. Now, there are some key things to it. This will upload a custom list to Facebook. You are able to target based on target neighborhoods associated or both. There's some limitations there, and my database is not big enough for me to just target my database. So I just target a custom audience. And in this case, I just selected Cleveland, Ohio, and I did a 50-mile radius. We'll go to Jerry's in a little bit and see what it looks like when there's nothing there. And then you can add interest if you want as well, if you want to exclude certain people. I don't really mess with that personally, just I think there's more science to that, but you technically could say I wanted to find an interest like, I don't know, real estate, I guess, could be one. Let's see if it pops up. Not even load anything, which is fine because I wouldn't recommend using that feature. So yeah, I didn't even load anything. But you can technically, if you want to get into that type of detail, you can. Once you're done with this, we're hitting save. And now we're done with our Facebook settings. The next thing we have to do is figure out our lead settings. So we're going to go to configure. And in here, it says, what do you want to happen to leads that come from this campaign? You can either have it automatically tag them, which is what I do. I have them automatically tagged as an online lead. So you can click whatever tags you want, and then you can also assign them to a smart plan. And then you can pick from your list of smart plans that you have. The benefit to this is this, and I highly encourage you to do it. You can simply go into Command Smart Plans and create a smart plan that would automatically send them a text and an email if you want it for the first 3 days. And that could be called your Facebook online or ad, whatever you want to do. Right here, like I have one called Facebook ad template. You can put them on that. At the very least, you want it to at least tag the lead in the moment it comes in so that you can go back to it later and say, hey, let me look at all my online leads. I don't even know what tag I used for that. Did I use online? Yeah, I don't even know what tag I used for that. Oh, I called mine social media ad campaign. So you can create a tag that way everybody, you know where that lead came from. Once you've done that, hit save. Then the last thing you have to do is to create your duration and budget. So the duration is simply how long you want to run the ad for. You cannot run the ad. Let's say we're creating the ad today. We can't start it today. There's a 1-day delay because they're going to preview the ad and make sure everything's clean on it. So it would be for the next day, and then I can pick how long I want it to run. So I can run it for 3 days, or I can say I can run it for 14 days. You pick that. Then the next thing you gotta do is pick your budget. So it defaults to $20 a day, or $20 ad, which is in this case, well, $23 now, $164 a day, or you can bump it. Let's say I want to spend $100 on this ad. It's going to be $7 a day. So that'll be your ad budget. Then from there, you hit save. And this ad would be ready to go. Questions so far? Okay. And remember this, hold on a second. Yeah, we're recording. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna go back to Jerry's ad. And let me, real quick, before I click on his, let me just look at another one real fast. I went through that one slowly so you can see the different components of it. Now you can see another one much quicker. This one was new construction in Fort Myers coming soon. This single family home has an anticipated completion date of late 2021. There are 18 sites in this immediate area to choose from. Click learn more for additional home sites and price. Oh yeah, I want to know about it, especially back in 2021. Or all the craziness happening in 2021. So this was an ad that got good results as well. All right, let's go back. Let's look at Jerry's. So we're gonna edit Jerry's listing here, his ad. So real quick, I mean, so, and I'm gonna run out of time for this, but this is where the science comes in. I have to sit here and I need to analyze Jerry's listing, and I probably want to do is start with the image. So I'm going to go down to images, and I'm going to hit add more so I can see the other images for Jerry's listing. Huh? I like that view. I like this one. I like this one. Really like this view. So maybe I want that picture. I can crop it and hit save image. Now notice there's two pictures. What'll happen is some people might get one version, some people might get the other. I actually just like running off of one. So I delete the one I don't want. And now I have one picture. So I love this view. I like what I'm looking at. New roof, that's awesome. So now that I've picked my picture, then I can kind of work off of that a little bit. Now, what I like to do, again, this is a longer class for this. I personally recommend, at least it works for me. I go to chat.openai.com now. It's an AI, artificial intelligence tool. I create a free account for yourself, and I utilize this to help me with my ad copy. And right now it's going to be helpful since we're kind of short on time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Jerry's listing, and I'm going to copy his description. And I'm going to go ahead and ChatGPT, I'm going to tell it to help me create a Facebook ad for this property description. Colon marks. I'm going to paste his description in. Let's see what it can come up with for us. Oh my God, it included an emoji. Look at that. Now it's probably too long, so we're gonna have to shorten it. But while AI is writing its description for us, let me go back to campaign or the ad and see there's a max character of 250. So let's see if I can tell it to do that. Reduce the ad. Go ahead, Tristan.
Is this a free app or is it a paid app?
No, this is free. I haven't paid for this.
No kidding.
Look at, oh my God, look at this. This thing just created.
That's amazing.
So let me send.
Incredible. Wow.
I just reduced the ad to 250 characters. Ooh, look at that. Even it gave me some hashtags. Copy that when I'm happy with it. And I put it into. Oh, wait, what is that? That's not it. Copy. I think it still might be too long. So I like to open up a Word file just to clean it up a little bit here. And I just paste it into Word.
I would highlight the important things. This is very large. This is 50 square feet bigger than most houses.
No, yeah, you pick a couple things. I wouldn't, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't pick the whole thing. But notice that because I asked it to reduce it, it did take the emoji out. But now I have a cleaner ad to work with. I still have to, here we go. There we go. So I probably have a space for two more. I can add another emoji in there. So I could probably go into the ad and even take some of these emojis. Or what I could do is in the actual ad itself, right there's an emoji button. I can click on that and there's a whole list of emojis there for you. So let's beach, put beach in there. You know, things to catch their attention. Home, let's type in, let's put a home in there to catch their attention at the beginning part of it. put that over here.
How about the word large before luxury?
Yeah, I mean, you're limited. The key here is that you're limited to 250 characters.
Right, yeah.
So let's say I move the last part out, I can put large.
Because there aren't many condos, 2,450 square feet on the air.
Yeah. So there we go. We now see what the ad's starting to look like. Now the headline, maybe I could technically go back to ChatGPT and see if there was something else that it said that might, let me see that. Actually, what would write me a good headline? Because I can't think right now.
Large Lakeview condo?
It could be, yeah, that could be. Write me a large headline, 25 characters. There we go. Lakeside luxury retreat, living the dream. And then put that into your headline. Let's see, actually, I gotta figure that out if it's characters or word, or it's because some of the characters I feel like it counts for more. So Lakeside luxury retreat is what it came, I have room to write. And then from here I can decide what else I want to put in there, and finish. I'm gonna go quicker now because I'm losing time. But then you do your other piece. Now notice these are in red. You do need to put all three of them. I don't think right now, I'm gonna just hit test right now here so you can see. So then you can put a little bit longer description down here. Now what I would do with Jerry's listing, I'm gonna look up Jerry's listing on my website, because once this person on Facebook gives me their information, I want them to call me or get to my website. So then what I do is I just go to my website, I find Jerry's listing, there it is, and I copy the web address bar. Now I go back to campaigns, and I just go ahead and under the Facebook settings here, I'm going to put the web URL as that website. Make sure to delete it all and then hit paste. You know that it's reading it when there's a check mark or something there. There you go. So now I picked it up. So the button's going to say learn more. I'm missing my page here. So I got to click my page that it's going to go on. And I got to put my Facebook lead generation form. I want to do that. Oops, got to put my address again in there. There's the web address. And then I got to pick my audience, which is I'm going to do an auto audience. And then I am going to pick, let's just hypothetically say we were going to do this somewhere else. Let's say we were going to do this in Tampa, Florida. Tampa, Florida, clicked it. And then I think the max you can do is 50. Let me see. Yep, 50 is the max, 50 miles radius of Tampa. And I'm gonna hit save. Now this ad, I got one more thing to do here. Oh, I gotta set my budget too. So I'm gonna run it for 10 days and I'm gonna do $100 budget, right? I'm gonna set my budget, how long I wanna run this ad for. Right now, the way we have this ad configured in Tampa, my potential audience of reach is about 3.1 million people in that area of potential online reach that I can have with this ad. What you want to do is always stay in the red. That's why I don't do interest, because once you start getting really specific on the type of person, like it really starts going more. When you get specific, notice it's on the far left, and when it's too wide, you're on the far right. So the green is the good area to stay in. The only information we're missing now here is the lead settings. So I'm going to click on there. And for today, I just wanted to simply get tagged as a social media campaign. And I'm going to hit save. This ad is all green. This ad is ready to go. Now I would just proof my language, make sure no spelling errors. And then we would be ready at this point to hit publish campaign on the top right. Publish campaign top right. So you guys have now just created an ad. Jerry, feel free to copy everything I just did and create this ad for yourself so you can run some and get some more exposure on your property over there. So let me do this, guys. I got 1 minute because I do have a coaching call to jump on. What questions? Remember, this is recorded, so we will get this out to everybody. Is there a question I can answer? I hope that I hit everything you guys were looking for me to hit today.
I'm good. That was great.
Jeffrey, feeling good? All right, Jerry, I know you're feeling good, buddy. Go make those Facebook business pages if you don't already have it. And Trish, if you run one soon, or either of you guys that run it soon, shoot me a picture of it. If you want to just say, hey, Jordas, give me some feedback on it. What I would ask you to do is that preview screen that we had, send me a picture of that, and then you can send me a picture of the script, like the ad copy, everything we came up. And I'll give you some feedback and give you my take on it if that helps.
Perfect.
All right, Jerry, you have my number. Trish, you have my number. Jeffrey, in case you don't, my number is 239-919-4081.
What
I-
days are you on, Marco?
For this week until the baby gets here, I'll be back on Marco tomorrow. Then I'll be back Naples here Thursday, Friday. I'm going to work from home because at this point we're getting really close and we have the doctor's appointment on.
Well,
on
you know, the farmer's market ended, so I'll be at Wednesday's meetings now.
Tomorrow we're doing property tours, so definitely come.
Oh, I'll be there.
All right, guys,
Good
take care.
luck, Dad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thanks.